Right, very last one. So this is going to be my review for Maximum 3, which is grade 9, which I have taught for almost a year during my year teaching as an English teacher in Thailand. So I've been teaching grades 7, 8, and 9. It's grade 9, the last review. Right, so before I do that, previous video mentioned about Maximum 2, grade 8. I felt a bit sad about some of the responses I got from the group A students. So these responses here, honestly, I'm thinking about just taping them up and pretending that they don't exist. Anyways, I digress. So Maximum 3, grade 9. So again, these classes are broken up between group A and group B, with group A normally being stronger students and more motivated. So I'll start with group A for grade 9. Alright, these kids, they were a bunch of wise guys and wise girls. So these students, they're very good in English, and especially during the beginning of the year, I felt they had this mentality that they didn't need to learn from me. They already knew everything. And they were a tough cookie to crack. And at the end of the year, though, I think I got through to some of the leaders of this group A group. And the class in general, I think at the end, they showed me a teenage respect. A teenage respect as in they're no longer small children that do everything you ask, but they're not super defined either. So they're somewhere in between. So this group, would I teach them again? Well, their English is quite good, and I think at the end of the year they have gotten a lot better. Perhaps if I hypothetically see them again when they're in the 10th grade, they'll have matured even more. So since their English is already really good, I'd give it a shot if, in a hypothetical sense, I wanted to be an English teacher again. I wouldn't just focus on teaching them English, though. As I've already said, their English is already at a point where you can have a basic conversation, a normal conversation with them, just use simpler words. I would probably focus the class more on history, money, life lessons, and philosophy. Work on trying to teach them that. As I've said previously, I have more to offer to the world than just the English language. So if I were to teach that class again, that's what I would focus on, rather than just a standard English textbook. So yeah, that's this Maximum 3 group. I have this feeling that I got suckered into teaching them, as no one wanted to teach them, and it was hidden from me about how bad these students really were. And I just got taken along for a ride. Of course, if I were to do it again, I would, as I feel I've gotten a lot of experience working with troubled youths during this year by having to teach these kids. So yeah, that is group A. Right, so group B. This was the group that I raged on and on about in my journal probably 6 months ago about how tough they were to work with. And they're still tough to work with, just a little less tough. And a little better behaved and more respectful. Even so, don't have much more to say about this group. Just going to wipe them from my memory, and no, I failed to make them better students, yes, I admit that. I would not take responsibility for them again for a second year. So, short video for M3 as well. Probably most of these students, I just want to forget about them. And so, just about everything I want to say about these students here in Thailand, I've said about already now. So besides the next video, which I'm going to talk about being a leader, and maybe a sporadic video about a case study for individual student, I'm not going to make my videos about specifically about these students anymore. It's all been compartmentalized and put into archives. So I'm going to focus my mind now on the future rather than looking at the past, as I'm no longer a student. The future as in the new people I'm going to meet, the new projects I'm going to take on, as well as the new places that I'm going to go. That's what I'm going to focus on now. So yeah, that was teaching English in Thailand. I'll see you in the next one.